Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and happy birthday if today is your birthday. I hope you're all doing so well. I am so sorry that I took a little break from vlogging. I know I didn't upload at all last week and I seriously can't remember the last time that I did that. But we're getting back on track, getting some more videos up, and today is such an exciting video because I'm going to talk to you guys about the surprise party that I threw for Connor's 30th birthday. I have legitimately been planning this party for like 8 months and it finally happened a couple weekends ago. The idea was basically born from a friend who said that she wanted to throw her ex-boyfriend a camp themed party, and then the idea of Camp Conor came to us. And I just became obsessed with this idea, obsessed with the idea of like having t-shirts made for everyone, of having like cute little merch, and just like I just knew it was something that Connor would be so into. And with his 30th birthday being the next birthday, it was kind of all perfect because it's a big birthday, so it made sense to do a kind of bigger party for him. Honestly, every single thing ended up being so fun. It turned out so well. So many people showed up. Literally almost every single person that I invited showed up for the party, which was really amazing. We had some of his friends from Toronto fly in, which I helped to arrange also, and just overall, like, I just feel like it was a really special day. Everyone really showed up, which was awesome. So I guess like let me back it up. First of all, I realized pretty early what day I was going to do it because his birthday actually landed on a Saturday. So it was very easy to do it on his actual birthday. And that's when I was like, okay, I need to contact some of the Toronto friends to see if they would be down to come in. And originally my idea was to have them come in and have it be a surprise. Like they would just be at the party, which would be so, I'm sure, insane for him to realize. But it ended up not working out that way. Mostly because some of them were going to stay with us, and also they wanted to come in earlier than that Saturday, which made perfect sense. So it kind of worked out where they let him know that they were going to come into town on his birthday weekend without like ever really mentioning the real reasons why. So I had kind of spoken to them, I figured out who could come, and then had arranged with them, like them writing in a group chat with me and Connor being like, hey, you guys around this weekend? I know it's Connor's birthday, we're thinking about coming to town. And so funny when kind of the first set of friends, Sid and John, said that, Connor was like, oh, it would have been so cool if they kept it a surprise and just like showed up to surprise me. And I just kept thinking, like, you don't even know there is a surprise. So I did that pretty far in advance, and I also sent out a message to everyone who I wanted to come to the party fairly far in advance. I would say like 6 weeks in advance, because I needed to order, I was gonna get merch for everyone, so I needed to know who would come and who could not come. But once I had like a full list of everyone that was gonna come, really all of the work started about a month out. That's when we worked on designing the branding for Camp Conor. My friend Kate helped with that. She sent a ton of different options and we looked through so many of them. Ended up picking up one that I really liked. I kind of got everyone's opinion, what they thought, and then sent a few notes back. And then we finally landed on the final Camp Conor logo, which turned out so cute. And from there, I was able to kind of start working on some of the merch that I wanted to get. I knew that I wanted to give at least a month for the merch to arrive, just in case anything happened, because obviously with custom printing, it can take a little while. So I went ahead and made t-shirts, which I ordered from, now I'm forgetting the name, Custom Ink? Yeah, Custom Ink. CustomInk.com. They were great to work with. They were super fast. The shirts arrived in 2 weeks on the exact day that they said that they would arrive by. And they were also really helpful when, you know, they were sending me proofs of the shirt and I wanted the logo to like move over like just a little bit and down a little bit, and like playing around with that. They were really super helpful with that. So highly recommend them. This is not sponsored or anything. I paid for all of this myself, but you know, just throwing it out there. I thought they were really good. If I ever did something like this again, I would definitely order with them again. And then the other thing that I knew I wanted were custom cups with a little section that said camper name where people could write in their names. I just thought that would be really cute and also useful as people were making drinks to like not just set down their drink and not know which one it was. And I ordered those from an Etsy shop, which I will link both of those down below. I will link as much as I can down below as everything that we're going to talk about in this video. And those arrived really quickly as well, and I was just so excited when they came here. Actually, I'm going to throw in a clip right now of when those items came and I showed you guys. I'm so excited, you guys, because the Camp Conor t-shirts just got here and they look kind of amazing. Okay, so on the front it says Camp Con, established 1993, the year Conor was born, right? So good. And then on the back it has this larger graphic that says welcome to the party, Camp Conor 2023, which is a quote from an iconic Conor video from New Year's a couple years ago. It looks so good. Oh my gosh. And the Camp Conor cups actually arrived a couple days ago too. I'll show you those. Alrighty, and here are the Camp Conor cups that I got made. Again, it just has the Camp Con logo and it says camper names so people can like write their names in so they don't lose their cups. I got 50 of these printed and I got them from Etsy, but they look so good. I'm so excited. So yeah, as you can see, I took a couple of vlog clips along the way. So we're gonna be cutting back and forth a little bit through some of that. So the other big things that I knew I had to work on were some of the DIYs that I wanted to do. Like I really wanted to do a DIY Camp Conor flag and I really wanted to have a directional sign, kind of like what you would see at a campground. And I looked at like getting those made on Etsy and that was a possibility, but it was expensive and I just felt like I could do it myself. So I came up with the idea of using a coat hanger as my base for the sign and then actually creating all the signs myself. You guys actually may remember in a vlog from a while ago at this point, I went to Michael's and picked up a bunch of supplies for a project that I was working on. That was actually for this sign. So funny. I feel like there were so many like little things that I mentioned throughout the videos that you would never know unless you know. And it was really lucky because Connor was out of town for an entire week, which was super convenient because the sign took multiple days to make and it would have been really hard to hide. And like, I wanted to be able to leave everything out to dry for like 12 hours, stuff like that. So it ended up being very convenient that he was out of town for like 5 days. And I filmed the whole process of making the sign. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. So I'm starting my work, on the directional sign. Here, let me show you what I've done so far. So I started painting the signs, but then I realized because I need to like put these two together to make one, that I probably should glue them before I paint them. Of course, for these, you know, too late, but I still had the other two. So I used this E6000 glue and just carefully kind of adhered them. And then I used some clear tape just to hold them together and put them up on this plate. That way, like the glue wouldn't stick to this. And now we are just leaving these to dry. I'll obviously have to repeat that and probably touch up the paint on these as well. But this is still drying. These are still drying. So I basically got this giant coat hanger here to turn into the directional sign because I wanted something that could stand on its own. I don't have one of the legs in right now because I'm laying it down, but it will stand up on its own. And the cool part about this one is that it was kind of like customizable where you didn't have to use all the pieces. Like you can see there's like seams where I just screwed them together. So I didn't use one of the pieces so it would be a little shorter. And then I also didn't put all of the pegs in because the pegs come out also. But I did put 4 in to kind of help me have more surface area to attach the signs to this thing. And let me just say, I have no idea if this is gonna work at all. I am making this up as I go, trying to figure out the best way to get this done. And obviously I will be like gluing and, you know, taping and all kinds of stuff on this thing. So if it doesn't work, there is no returning it. But I really hope it works because I really want this for Camp Con. I think it'll be so cute. So my other idea was that I should use just cardboard pieces and kind of stick them onto like the posts in the areas where I'm gonna put the different posts. That way there's like a larger surface area to stick the actual signs to. So that's what I'm going to do now is glue all of the cardboard on. And then obviously the signs will come much later when they're done being created. This is probably a multi-day project. This is where I am leaving it for the night right now, but guys, I'm pretty excited. I think this is gonna work. Definitely a little bummed that you can tell that it's 2 boards, but I mean, that is what it is. I only could have what I could have, you know? But let me show you this. So I stood my sign back up so you can kind of see like the vibe of like where the different signs are gonna go. This is not 100% dry, so I have to be careful. The glue, I think the paint is now, although it needs a second coat, but we're doing that tomorrow. But like you get it, right? Like it'll just get glued really securely onto this piece of cardboard and then I'll be able to like make them a little crooked. This one kind of is going off to the side a little bit more than the others, which is just a lucky coincidence. I didn't really have a lot of say in, you know, how to angle them because I had to use the posts that are already kind of built into this. So I'm pretty excited. Like I was not sure whether this was actually gonna work or not, and I think it is. I think we're gonna finish off the sign today, which I'm so excited about. Just to catch you up, I have gone in and done 2 coats of the paint on each of these. They're totally glued together. They feel pretty secure. I'm not gonna test how secure they are, obviously, because not necessary. But they're looking pretty good. I mean, it definitely does suck that there's like a seam down the middle and there's nothing that we can really do about that. but it is what it is. So we're gonna pull all of our supplies back out. I definitely did find, which makes sense, I just wasn't thinking correctly, that attaching the wooden pieces together first and then painting them was definitely the way to go. Just in case you guys ever are in, you know, a similar situation. I don't know why you would be making a directional sign, but hey, you never know. Maybe someone else wants to throw a camp themed party too. For the 4 different signs, we have obviously 4 different sayings that we're gonna write, and I just kind of made like little practice ones. Obviously, I'm hoping that they will look a little better than this, hopefully. We'll see how it goes. But there's gonna be one that says pool, because there's gonna be a pool at the party. One that says beer pong, one that says tequila, and then one that says lost and found, because Connor is always losing his things. So very on brand. I guess we're just gonna go for this. I'm nervous. I'm not a very like artistic person, to be honest. So this is like lofty goals for myself, and there's really like no going back. Like I can't really, if I mess up, like it is what it is. So I don't know, fingers crossed for me. Alrighty, sign progress update. Things are really coming along. This is the only one that's finished just because it was kind of the most simple one, but it looks so cute. This one is almost done. I'm just gonna put a black outline around the crown there. Played around with a lot of designs for this, of like trying to make it look like a pong ball was bouncing, or I didn't know what, and none of it was just really giving. So we're going with a crown, like, you know, beer pong champion vibes. We're doing a lost and found sign just kind of as a joke, because the joke is that Connor always loses things. So I drew like his little glasses there because that's what he's most infamous for losing. And then he doesn't lose money, but that just, I didn't know what else to draw that I could actually pull off. So we're doing a couple little coins, just that yellow is still drying, and then I'm gonna use the black pen to outline them and add just a little dollar sign inside of them. And this one's just supposed to be kind of goofy, which is why I did kind of that squiggly arrow on it. And then last up here is the tequila sign, which I just drew the white outlines of the limes that I'm gonna draw on there. So waiting for that to dry, and then we'll go in with the greens and do an outline in the black pen. But we are almost done with this, and then it's just a matter of attaching it here, which is pretty exciting. I'm pretty excited to see like the full finished product of this. I have to say I was really nervous because I'm not like a super artistic person. I'm not like a great artist or anything like that. And I'm pretty proud of like what I've been able to pull off here. Obviously it's all been very, very simple. I'm kind of nervous about the lime situation. But we're just gonna try to pull it off. We're gonna see how it goes, you know? All I can do is my best, and I don't really think Connor is going to care. Let's be honest, I will appreciate the way that these things look more than Connor does at the end of the day. He's just gonna be excited to be there at the party and, you know, just enjoying all of the hard work that I put into it. Alrighty, we are just doing the final step now of gluing our actual pieces onto the cardboard here in a way that looks good, hopefully. I already did the first 2 because those had like a little bit of like complicated things about them that I had to take care of, and I will show you that. But let's do these next ones. So this beer pong one I want to sit kind of straightish because the other 2 are kind of all over the place, wibble wobbly. Wibble wobbly. Okay, so let me just think about this. I think I can just kind of pop on here. Now we leave it to dry. So here is the finished product of the sign. I am so obsessed with how it turned out. I think it's so cute. Oh, hi Molly. I mean, for someone who is not great at DIYs or arts and crafts or anything like that, I'm pretty impressed with myself on this one. I just love the way the sign turned out. I thought it was so cute, such a fun little touch, and yeah, I was really happy and like proud of that because, as I mentioned in those clips, I am not like the craftiest person on my own. Like I wouldn't call myself overly like artistic in that way. And so, you know, it turned out better than I thought it would. I'm sure other people could do it even better than I could, but I hope this gives you an idea. If you ever want to do something like this, I feel like this was a really good route to go down and totally manageable for someone who is not great at DIYing things. And then I also made the Camp Conor flag, which I ended up doing while Connor was home, like in the apartment. And I just told him that I was wrapping his birthday presents, and I spent like a long time in the office just making this giant flag. So let's go ahead and cut to that too. We are hopping into a voiceover for this part of the video because Connor was home as I was making this, so I could not talk you through it, but here's how I made the flag. I basically got 5 yards of this blue felt fabric, which ended up being way too much, but I was glad that I had extra, and I cut out half a triangle after folding it over itself. That way, when it unfolded, it would make a full triangle, and the fabric was also doubled up, so there was kind of 2 sides to it, which comes in handy later. And then I cut a piece of white felt and laid that on top to about the size of the flag and drew out the way that I wanted the spacing of the letters to go. And then I cut out all of the letters, which was definitely the most time-consuming part of this whole project and a little difficult because some of the letters were kind of hard to draw, but this is how we turned out. It worked out really well. And then I just went in with some fabric glue, which ended up not working great with this felt in the end, so I went back with a hot glue gun after, and that worked much, much better. And then day of the party, I kind of unfolded the flag. You can see here how it was double-sided, and along the seam, I just used a hot glue gun and glued this string on, and then I was able to use the string to tie it to this kind of wooden post that they had. Again, really happy with how that turned out, all things considered. I was really worried about like my handwriting. Like I just don't have the best handwriting, things like that. So I was really proud of the way that that turned out also. Let's talk about the venue that I booked. So I ended up booking a venue that I found on PureSpace, which is a website where you can basically like rent a studio for the day if you want to shoot photos, or you can rent lots for parties. And I looked at so many places, I talked to so many people, and honestly, it was a lot more expensive than I thought it would be. I thought that it would be a lot more manageable, but you know what, the place that we ended up with was gorgeous. It had a pool, which I thought would be really nice, and just overall it really did work out, so definitely no regrets there. But funny story, so I ended up renting this venue. Again, I will link the venue down below just in case you're curious. I spoke to the owner, Melissa, on the phone, and she was super nice. I just explained, you know, what I had in mind, what I was thinking, how many people were going to be there, all of that, and she was like, okay, cool, like if you want, you can just book the venue directly with me rather than through PureSpace. That way you don't have to pay a fee or anything to them. And I was like, yeah, that's great, totally down for that. And she basically said that I could pay like half then to reserve the space, and then as long as I paid the other half by the day of the party, we were good to go. So I paid her the half up front, and then she was super great. I had tons of questions for her throughout of like what she would have available there, you know, with using the grill, etc. Because I knew that there was a grill in the backyard. I wanted to do a little like burgers and sausages. That's some of Connor's favorite things. So anyway, she was awesome. And then what's so funny is probably 3 days before the party, I sent the second half of the payment, and I sent it kind of late at night, like 10 p.m. It just like popped into my mind that I hadn't done that yet, and I was like, okay, cool, let me take care of this. Sent that off, and I sent her a text, and I was just like, hey, sorry for the late text, but I just sent the second payment. If you could just confirm that you received it. And then I didn't hear back from her, and it was literally the day of the party. I still had not heard back from her. I hadn't followed up at all, but it just occurred to me in that moment, like, oh my god, wait, I never heard back from her on that. And my mind started going wild places, you guys. I was convinced that the whole thing was a scam, that the house wasn't like really what I thought it was, that it was just like fake photos that someone was using online, and I hadn't booked it through a platform, so I didn't have any kind of like contract or like someone to contact to get my money back. Like I just sent it all over Venmo, and as I mentioned, it was a pretty large sum of money, so I was panicking, half because of like my money, but like mostly because I was like, I have 25 people showing up at this address in a couple of hours, and like I don't even know if this is real. I was freaking out. I feel like at this point I had just reached the point where I just thought everything was gonna go wrong. I knew I had spoken to this person. She was so nice. She had responded to me so many times. I knew more than likely, like in my rational mind, that everything was gonna be fine, but oh my god, I was so scared. So I don't know if I would recommend doing it that way. It was very nice of her, and certainly if you book this house, I recommend it because I know for a fact that it is real. But yeah, in retrospect, I probably should have just like paid the extra fees and had like the safety. But I ended up following up with her that day, and she got back to me like an hour later. So still, I was freaking out for that hour. But then she got back and was like, oh my god, so sorry I didn't get back to you. No problem, I'll see you soon. So we were good to go there. Thank goodness. And there were so many other little things that kind of went wrong along the way that kind of led me to think that Connor knew what I was up to. Like I really thought that he knew that I had a surprise party planned for him. Turns out, no, he didn't. He told me later that he was at a 0% of suspecting anything from me. So that's really funny. So for example, it kind of started to come out that I was the one who had arranged his Toronto friends coming into town. At least I thought I had. It hadn't been said directly, But from what Connor was saying to me, I kind of felt like he knew that I was the one who planned those things. Turns out he didn't, so thank God that I didn't say anything about it. There was that, and I was like, oh shoot, like he knows that I'm kind of behind this, but still, like that could just be me being nice, wanting some of his best friends from home to be in for his 30th birthday. So like that was fine. The next thing that I really messed up, and I really thought this was like the nail in the coffin, is I ordered all of our groceries from Instacart and I had them set to deliver straight to where the party was. And I wasn't thinking, I just pressed order when I had everything in there and scheduled it for the day. And then all of a sudden, as soon as I click order, a notification popped up on my phone that said your order is confirmed for June 17th, which is Connor's birthday. And I was like, oh my God, Connor is going to get the same notification on his phone. I was just absolutely dying inside. I really was, you guys. I was like, oh, he's gonna see that it's on his birthday and it's gonna confirm the suspicions that he already had. So I asked him about that one later and he said, oh yeah, I saw that, and I just thought, oh, is someone using our Instacart account? And then never followed up on it. Honestly, moral of the story through all of this, I was just like, wow, men are so easy to fool. So let's get back to the actual party planning now. So I also took a clip of a little vlog of everything that I had bought for the party. So let's go ahead and cut to that now. Okay, you guys, I'm gonna do a big haul right now of a bunch of stuff that I bought for Camp Con. I have to move quickly because Connor's just in the shower. And I'm going to put it all inside this suitcase here because that's how I'm going to transport everything. So let's get into this. We are less than a week out now. I'm so nervous. Okay, I got a popcorn machine for the party, so I got some kernels and the popcorn oil. I also got a tablecloth for the table that we're going to use for the bar area. There's going to be 2 tables, like one for a bar, one for games, and then there'll be a different area for food. Molly, can you not go in my closet right now? And then I also got, for people actually eating the food, these little like checkered kind of plate situation with these little paper inserts. This is a little flag garland. I was originally thinking streamers, but I thought that this would be better. The listing made it kind of hard to know how many it came with. I guess it's just one really long one. So that's fine because I think I'll be able to like cut it into shorter pieces, you know? Okay, this I'm really excited about. I got 4 of these really cute little like camp lamps, and I'm pretty sure they're, yeah, LED. Do I need batteries for these? Not that it really matters, it's a daytime party, but yes, I need AA, and there's 4 per lantern. Okay. Also got these cute little old popcorn bags for the popcorn machine. Okay, yes. Got everyone blue bandanas to wear with their t-shirts. What is that? Oh yeah. Okay, these are just little like tablecloth clips so that the tablecloth doesn't like move off the table just in case it's windy. And then these are these silly little blow up, like it looks like a little fire kind of thing, but just blow up. I don't know. I don't know if I'll end up using all of this stuff. As I said, I just kind of bought a shit ton of stuff. I kind of want to put some of the other stuff I've hidden around the apartment in here now. So we have Camp Conor cups, which I know I've already shown you guys. Okay. We have the sign that I made. I don't know how I'm gonna, I don't know. Okay. I'm also packing up the glue just in case anything happens to these wooden pieces while they're on the move, and I can reconstruct it if I need to. The last thing is the t-shirts. Should we try to deal with those right now too? Okay, we're going to. We're just gonna go for it. This is so stressful dealing with this while he's here. I literally asked him this morning, I was like, so do you have to go into the office at all this week? And they were like, and he was like, no, I don't. I was like, damn it, okay, I'm not gonna have a good opportunity for this. I'm pretty sure that's everything I have right now, and potentially everything that I'm gonna be bringing other than like food and stuff, and I guess the flag. Success. Again, I will just link all of that stuff for you guys if you are looking for any of it for yourself. And now let's cut into the day of the party. I have to be honest, you guys, I did a pretty terrible job of vlogging that day. I mean, I wasn't planning on doing a full vlog, but I did plan to get more clips than I got. So I am really sorry about that. It ended up just being a very stressful day for me. I was really overwhelmed. I thought Connor knew. I don't know, I had reached the point where I had been keeping the secret for so long, so many months. I've had to tell so many lies along the way that I just felt like I don't even care. Like, I just want him to call me out, like tell me that he knows so that I can like stop having to hide and make up shit every second. Of course, it turns out that he didn't know at all, but I was just like in a mind state at that point where I was just like, I can't deal with this anymore. Like, I just need this to like the surprise part to be over so that I can actually, you know, chill out a little bit. So we ended up setting everything up. It turned out really cute. A couple of like the smaller details that we had, obviously we had the little DIYs that I made. We hung some flags up, which were really cute. I also decided to get a Jenga set and have everyone sign a Jenga tile as a little kind of guest book in a way. Obviously I didn't feel like we needed an actual guest book or anything like that. It was just kind of a last minute idea that I had. I went and bought a Jenga set, and I just thought that it would be a really cute thing because, you know, we can play Jenga obviously if we want to, and as you pull tiles you'll be able to see funny little memories and messages that some of his friends left. So I had that set up. I had all of the t-shirts set up, the cups, everything was ready to go for everyone as they arrived. I had people show up about a half hour before Connor was going to be there, and he was off with his Toronto friends. Basically, I had said that I had to work that morning, that I had to be on set for work, and that I was going to meet them at a bottomless brunch. And so I had his Toronto friends kind of deal with him in the morning, so that ended up being really convenient having them in town. And so funny, I also was like, okay, obviously as soon as he shows up and it's someone's house and not like a restaurant, he's gonna know that it's a party. No, still did not catch on. Apparently they were walking back and he was kind of like, is this the right place? Like, this doesn't seem right. And Maddie, one of our friends from Toronto who was in town, was like, oh no, there was a sign out front, you didn't see it? And he was just like, no. And just like kept walking. It was just feeling like confused, but still like had not realized that something was going on. It's like, hello.
Coco, happy birthday. Wait, let me see you in your shirt. Yes. That's why I said that you should wear your blue shorts, because the whole party is blue. I love it. Ready to go. I love you.
And then he came in and he had the best reaction. I was so excited that it all worked out. And it turned out to be such a fun day, you guys. Like, it was such a good group. We had so many different kind of friend groups coming together, and I feel like everyone jived together so well. There was so much like intermingling. It wasn't just like one group stuck with each other, another group stuck with each other. Like, everyone was hanging out, chatting with each other. We played so many games. I had like giant lawn pong, and I also, you know, obviously had beer pong set up. We played Rage Cage, we played Flip Cup. We hung out in the pool a ton. It literally has been the worst weather all year in LA. We're finally getting nice weather, and that Saturday was literally the best weather of the entire year. I'm not even exaggerating. That day was perfect. We got so lucky with the weather. For a little while it was saying that it was going to rain on that day, and my entire party was outside. We didn't even have access to an inside area of the house, so I was like absolutely dying thinking about it raining. I had no idea what I was going to do, but it ended up being absolutely perfect out. And just overall, it ended up being such a good day. I am so happy with the way that everything turned out in the end. Like, there's literally not a single thing that I would change. It was absolutely perfect. And best of all, Connor had the best time. It really is like his ideal scenario, being like that, being around all of his friends, getting to play games, you know, have some drinks, have some grilled food, hanging in a pool. Like, I knew that it would be right up his alley, and it definitely paid off. And that was it, you guys. That was Camp Conor 2023. I'm just so happy, one, that it's over. I literally don't think I will ever do that again. Like, maybe for Connor's 50th birthday, but nothing before. It was so stressful, it really was, but so worth it in the end. Worth all the stress, worth every penny that I spent. It was so much fun. So anyway, I just thought that this would be a fun kind of little recap video to share with you guys. I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope that you enjoyed seeing a little bit more behind the scenes of Camp Conor. If you don't follow me on Instagram, I posted a ton of stuff on there too, but I thought it would be fun to kind of show this also. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I will see you on Friday. We'll be back with a reading vlog actually, so stay tuned.